Good morning, podcast world. Welcome to Chats with Baba, brought to you by Lighthouse for Academic and Cultural Excellence. The purpose of this podcast is to inform and empower parents of young Black children. The information is appropriate for all children. I specifically focus on Black children because as we look at data on math and science, we are far behind. So this is an effort to close that gap. It's important to understand that parents are children's first and foremost teachers. To inform parents is to enable them to release the natural genius in Black children. Black children have untapped and underdeveloped gifts. The quality of experience and exposure lays the foundation for life. We want to move from miseducation to education. Our goal is to strive for excellence. It's also important to understand that childhood is in terms of human development, is a really short period of time. And during this period of time, so much has to be done. Science and scientists and child development specialists are telling us so much more today than we've ever known before. For example, it surprises some people when I share with them that 85% of the brain is developed between birth and the age of 5. Think about that. 85% of what children will know and how that brain is developed occurs during that first 5 years, during the in utero period, infancy, toddlerhood, preschool, kindergarten. Those are the foundational years, and it's important of children growing and developing good mental foundation that establishes what they will learn for the balance of their life. So I've been focusing on mathematics, and I said last week I really want to go slow because often the habits and attitude that we have towards math is what we will transfer to children. So yeah, as I said last week, I really want to go slow because our attitude and sensitivity to math is what we will transfer to our children. And keep in mind, we're talking about young children who are very malleable. When I say malleable, it's like dough or putty. You know, they're very soft and spongy, and they're taking in a lot of stuff, taking in the good with the bad. So with mathematics and math, we want to instill in them a healthy attitude towards mathematics. I think it's important to understand that all of what children learn, whether it's math, reading, or social studies, science, technology, has to do with the environment that's around them. Children are very observant of the things that's in their environment. So it's important to have an environment that enables them to develop the kinds of things that we're talking about. So let me stay focused there for a moment. I want to go back to talk about the mental map that's being developed within the child's mind. And it's important that they see different patterns. Yeah, I will eventually get to counting numbers, things of that nature, but I want to talk about some other concepts that you can work on as they are developing this map. Now, as children are looking in and around their environment, what they're doing is making sense out of the order of the environment. Order, what comes first, what comes second, what comes next. And your engagement with them speaks a lot to this sense of order, that they are also becoming a part of their mental map. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit today is helping them to develop certain concepts such as comparing. I want you to imagine having a box. It could be a box where shoes came in, or a small box, and you have an object. and you're sitting with the youngster, and you're sharing, and sometimes the object is inside the box, in the box, outside the box. As you say, you put it in the box, and then you take it out. You say in, and take it out, out, in, out. And they begin to see that, and let them do it, and let them hold it, and let them put it in and out, in and out. Okay. So you get the idea. There are times when you take and hold the object over the box, under the box, right? You hold it over the box, under the box. Yeah, absolutely. Over the box, under the box. Okay. In the box, outside, outside the box, inside, outside, over, under. There are times you put it in front of the box, you put it behind the box. Front, back, front, back. And you are mimicking and doing this with the child. Repetition is important, okay? And they learn through repetition, inside the box, outside the box, over the box, under the box, in front of the box, behind the box. I hope you're seeing the pattern or the patterns that I'm pointing out to you. You can have a couple of objects, and you want these objects to be very distinct. One is larger, smaller. Okay, you can have two. You can have a cup, and you can have a cup and another vessel. One is smaller than the other. That's what you're saying. Smaller, larger. Okay, smaller, larger. Okay, so they're doing what? They're comparing. Smaller, larger. Inside, outside. Front, back. Over, under. You say, well, it seems rather simple. Yes, it is. There is some simplicity to it, but they are beginning to internalize these concepts. You have, and keep in mind, these are things that are going into their mental map now. You want to have some objects where you have more and less. Let's say the less would have like 3, and the more would have maybe double that number, 6. So they're comparing more, less. This has more, this has less. This has more, this has less. This has fewer, this has more. And so my point is, you are helping to develop and build their mental map. Inside, outside, left side, right side, middle, left, middle, right. If you hear what I'm saying, these are a variety of concepts that as they are learning math, they will apply these terms. For example, if you have 3 objects, one is on the left, one is in the middle, one is on the right. And as you are talking about these concepts, you are pointing these things out. Left, middle, right. And you'll take the child's hands, left, middle, right. Left, middle, right. And you can add a little humor to it. Left, middle, right. A little sing-song. This is left, this is middle, this is right. Make it fun, don't make it boring. So let's go back. We have the box, inside, outside. Inside, outside. Over, under. Over, under. Front, back. Left, middle, right. Fewer, more than, less than. These are all mathematical concepts, and so forth and so on. So we're talking about comparing, which is more than, less than, mathematical concepts. Over, under, greater than, more than, mathematical concepts. You have one number is smaller, one number is larger. Larger, largest. Larger, largest. Small, smaller, smallest. All mathematical concepts. inside, outside, left, right, top, bottom, middle, above and below, terminology and concepts, classifying. I hope I'm not putting too much into this, but these are terms that relate to the foundation of math. These are terms and concepts that relate to the mental math, the mental map that the children are developing in their minds. All of what you're sharing with them goes somewhere into that mental map. So when they get down to the actual using numbers, they go back to their mental map. This is more than, this is less. This is the left, this is the middle, this is the right. When I look at this, this is larger, this is smaller. This is the smallest, this is the biggest, and so forth and so on. So with these concepts, you can play with them on a daily basis over and over and over. Repetition is a part of learning, but repetition on that which is correct is also important, because if you're putting in the wrong information, then you're really giving them misdirection in their mental map, because they will constantly go back to their mental map. They're constantly going back to, this is larger, this is smaller. This is the left side, this is the middle, this is the right. This is the front, this is the back. This is over, this is above, this is below. This is in, this is out. So as they're getting into math, all of these concepts will come back to them. All of this is applicable when we get into math at a different level. But what I'm saying is, it's important early on that these concepts become solid in their mental map. Again, comparing, more than, less than, fewer, left side, middle, right, in, out, over, under, front, back. So that embraces as much as I want to cover today. But what I am saying to you as you work with your child or your children, that these are exercises that you do. You repeat them over and over and over and over, and repeat them in a manner that they're not boring to the children. The amount of energy that you put into them is the way that children are going to receive them. If you make it play and you make it fun, and they see that you enjoy it, this is what is being transferred to them. Remember, your behavior impacts their behavior. Okay, so enjoy the lesson for today, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.